let's get in now to our dirty dogs. What is a dirty dog? That is a 10-point underdog. All right. CD and I pick two every single week. And yeah, they got to win straight up. They're not just covering, they got to win straight up for these boys to count. On the year, we are 8-28 on the year. That sounds like bad record, but in my opinion, that's pretty good. And if you were to track our units, I think we'd be up 3.65 units on the season. So as a squad, we're looking pretty decent. So if your name is on this list, your team could be in trouble. That's what it is. And we're not taking. Everyone has their upset alert. A&M on the road is 2.5-point favorites. Yeah, okay, we know, we get it. We're looking at the smelly, the stinky, and the dirty dogs. So CD, since neither of us hit any of them last week, but the week before you hit the smellier underdog, New Mexico State plus 360 a couple weeks ago, I will give you the first pick of the dirty dogs this week.
Yeah, I'll go to the Mountain West here, and I'm gonna go Hawaii over Fresno State. Hawaii is a 14-point dog, about plus 440 on the money line there as an underdog. Pretty stinky, pretty dirty. Listen, Fresno State is a team that I just don't trust right now. I just can't trust them. I know they looked good last week against a struggling San Jose State team. Um, Actually, they've been playing pretty good football, but not a super impressive, I'll say, San Jose State team. Um, the interceptions are there, the turnovers are there with Fresno State. I love the way Hawaii looked last week against Nevada, and listen, they got talent there. They really do. When Shager's playing well, he's running the ball well. They got some weapons there. It could be a dynamic team. I think there's some value here in the Mountain West plus 440. Let's ride.
Let's go. And the Mountain West is one of those conferences where, like, the late nights, the travel. I mean, Hawaii has traveled to California, but it's just one of those conferences where
Stuff happens.
stuff happens, dude. Stuff happens late at night. So make sure you are tuned in for that one. I'm going to go over to the ACC, back to the ACC, talk about a team that we already talked about today. This one's a little less dirty than your smelly one over there. I'm going to take Louisville, plus 325 over Clemson. Now, on this season, actually, we'll get to it when we talk about our best bets because I know what you're taking over there in this game. But hey, Louisville, they haven't won the big one yet. They've been close. One possession games. I'm just asking for Jeff Brown to keep this one possession game. And you know what? Who knows? Sometimes really good coaches pull out really good wins against really good teams. So I like Jeff Brown in this spot. If you're going to give me them plus 325, it feels like a lot of value for a team that, hasn't been perfect, but has the tools, the weapons, and the coaching staff to get a win there.
They really do. They did impress me even in that Miami loss. And I don't know if listen, I will talk about it later, but Louisville's an interesting team. As a 10-point dog, like I personally am on Clemson and the side of them covering, and I'll talk about that later in the best bets. But if there is value in this game, like that's not crazy because if it's gonna be close, anything can happen, man. And if you need Jeff Brown to dial up one game-winning possession drive, I mean, you'll take that, man. You'll take that at plus 330. You said
325.
325. Not too bad. All right, I'm gonna go back to the Mountain West, the well here, and I'm gonna go. I'll go against America's team potentially. I'll go against the best, maybe the best player in college football, in Ashton Genty. I'll take San Diego State on the road at Boise State. Pretty stinky. They are 23.5-point dogs. This is plus 1,300. Listen, Sean Lewis to dial some stuff up. I like the way that San Diego State has been playing in conference. They're 2-0, by the way, in conference. Now, it hasn't been pretty, no, but they also haven't really looked crazy outmatched in any game. You lose to Oregon State, you lose to Cal, Central Michigan in a close one on the road there across country, and then Washington State last week in a close one where you had them on the ropes and you just couldn't finish. That was brutal. I think they get it done this week, potentially at great value. I love it. We also have a massive letdown spot for Boise State after a huge win, national television, right? Huge spotlight there last Friday night against UNLV. And also, is Ashton Jetty hurt? How healthy is he going to be? How many carries can he have? And can Mad Max do it again this week if Chanty can't give you his usual 150, 200 yards, 30 carries, whatever it may be. I think there's some value here, plus 1,300. Now, obviously, selfishly, I want Boise State in the playoffs. I want them like in real contention, right, to be in that spot. I want Chanty for Heisman, all that good stuff. But I think this is a sneaky spot here for Sean Lewis and company down there, the Aztecs.
That would absolutely tectonically shake up the Mountain West. Because then you're looking at San Diego State is the undefeated team that controls their own destiny in the Mountain
Yep.
West. That would one loss UNLV, one loss Boise State. That would be pretty crazy. That'd be pretty crazy. I'm gonna head over. I'm gonna go to the SEC, and this one also is pretty dirty. It's not as dirty as that one because you were absolutely playing in the mud right there. But I am gonna go to the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, and I'm gonna take Florida plus 600 and feel awful about it. All right, I know Georgia is unbelievable, but you got a rivalry game. I think Florida is still talented. DJ Lagway, I worry about him squaring up against this defense. I worry about a lot of things, but I also think Georgia hasn't played up to their standard in certain games this season. I know that they've struggled in the first half of many games this year. Uh, I think Florida's defense has steadily improved as the season has gone on, and they've really struggled against the ground game at times. And you know what? Not sure that Georgia's going to be running the ball all that much. So with a healthier secondary, I'm all right with taking Florida plus 600 in the spot. Not anticipating the dub right there, but I think I like it better than some of the other ones on the board. So give me Florida plus 600 against Georgia. Believe it or not, to save Billy Napier's job.
That's not crazy. I mean, you take a team as talented and honestly playing pretty solid football as Florida and you give them plus 600. I don't hate the idea of it. I really thought about it. It just, the only thing that does concern me is if Georgia gets up for this game, I mean, there's not a lot of opportunity, right? But I'm also on the other side too. Same thing with Boise State. Like if Boise State gets up and they play well, like they're probably going to beat San Diego State. So that's what you gotta find some edge, find some kind of angle here in the Dirty Dog. That's what makes this exercise so much fun. If you guys are watching at home, you let us know another 10-point dog, and maybe another team that you think is on upset alert in our Dirty Dog segment. Let us know what you think of these four games.